5:13 this morning, 8:13 on the East Coast, where we're tracking the latest from Hurricane Milton, where overnight the storm made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane. It has since diminished to a Category 1 storm, and you can see now moving off into the Atlantic.
And here's a live look right now at a beach just south of Jacksonville, where emergency crews are working to rescue people from floodwaters. You can see here on this beach, there is some high surf, but not too bad as the storm continues to move off east. Right now, though, more than 3 million people are without power.
NBC senior national correspondent Jay Gray joins us from Fort Myers, Florida.
Hey there, good morning. Obviously, things have calmed significantly here in Fort Myers, but this storm moved through overnight into the early morning with strong winds, a driving rain, and that storm surge. We talked a lot about the storm surge before this storm, and it has done damage here in Fort Myers and in other areas across the western coast here. We know in Fort Myers, water has pushed into some of the coastal businesses. We had standing water for a long period of time in downtown Fort Myers, and still no clear indications at this point of how Fort Myers Beach has fared. We'll know a lot more about that once we get daybreak, get some sunlight, and can really assess what's happened here. More than 3 million people without power right now, and that number is expected to climb as this storm continues to churn across the state, central and now the eastern side of the peninsula, taking a beating from Milton right now. Made landfall as a Category 3 overnight and moving across the state right now, still a Category 1 hurricane, so still significant winds, 80 to 85 miles an hour associated with this storm. Also spawning tornadoes. 24 or more across the state, one of those deadly on the east coast. We know here in Fort Myers, tornadoes ripped the roof from a home and damaged some buildings. So again, we'll get more perspective on that damage, on what we'll see on the ground here as the sun comes up. For now, though, that's the situation here. I'm Jay Gray, NBC News, Fort Myers.